Hey guys. Well, it's Sunday, and it's Sunday, and I just wanted to bring you up to date what's been going on with me. Um, I started a long term position in August for a teacher that is very very ill. I'm praying for her right now. Um, so uh, I was supposed to be in there really indefinitely because until she could come back or when she was going to come back. So I went gung ho with this class, because I was going to start the year with these kids. So everything was going fine. Set up the class. At the beginning, I only had like 13 kids because it was labeled a pre-first class, which means that the kids made it through kinder, but not really ready for first. So they're kind of in between, and I was supposed to get them up to where they needed to be. Kind of like fast track them so they could be on grade level, and everything was going fine. And then the other thing that was going on in the grade levels, there was a lot of kids. There was each two other teachers, two regular teachers that had like 37, 38 kids in each of their rooms. So I was sitting pretty with 13. So I wasn't really complaining about anything. I was like, oh, I'm sitting pretty compared to these other teachers. Uh, so everything was going great. I had set up the routines and the procedures in my room, went over uh, conduct and homework and all this other things, with the children. And then things changed. Things changed really, really fast. The teachers that had over 30 kids in their rooms, they got two subs and they split the kids up, so they could have more manageable numbers. And that lasted about a week, and then they decided that they were just gonna, including my room, they were just gonna shuffle the kids, and they were gonna give me more kids, and so everybody could be even. They hired two first grade teachers, so it made the classes more manageable. Of course, I inherited more kids, which is fine. So I ended up with 17 kids, which still is not a bad number. I mean, that's not a bad number to end up with. So you know, everything was going fine. I didn't know. I knew some of the kids from last year from kinder subbing in their classes, but a lot of the kids I didn't know. So you know, as a teacher, you have to get to know. You have to get to know them. Um, so one of the things that I'm really really big on is letting the parents know what is going on in the classroom. You know, behavioral, how they're doing. Academically, homework. Just everything. Because I feel me as a parent, I would want to know what is going on in my kid's classroom. So as I said, I was doing what I've always done. I didn't differ from anything. I didn't deviate from anything that I usually do, and that's send conduct folders and one of the things that I really liked subbing in the class last year was there's this website that teachers can use for class behavioral and communication with parents. It's called Class Dojo. So Class Dojo, is supposed to help you out. You give points, you set up what the positive points are, you set up what the negative points are. So kids can earn the points, but they can also lose points. So I thought, this worked great last year with the class that I had, that I subbed for at the end of the year because the teacher used it. Really, everybody on the grade level used it. Worked fine. I didn't have any problems with any of the parents, communicating with them, whatever. Was wonderful. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to use it. I'm going to start using it. So I used it. I basically got all the parents connected, which was a feat in itself, but I got everybody connected, and everything was going fine. We were doing. The parents were communicating with me. I was letting parents know. Uh, good afternoon, just a reminder that the homework for tonight is da 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 da, and that was it. Well, I was getting, one of the things, with the spelling words, is that I like for my kids to write the words 3 times, because I think, if they write it 3 times each night and they're studying the words, they'll better remember the word when they have it on the spelling test, because of all the repetition of writing the word. Well, we have packets that go home in the binder, and the spelling words are on there, but I was not aware, and this is my fault, I was not aware that it just said to study the words. I thought it said, I thought they would say, for sure they're going to write the words 3 times. Well, it didn't say that. I just said, study these words nightly, test will be on Friday. Well, I had my kids writing, I said, could y'all please write the words 3 times? Went over it with them and everything. Well, you could have swore I was, asking the kids to write neighborhood 3 times for a first grader, which is, that's hard. That's a long word. It's hard. It's going to take them a while. No, these words were 1-syllable words. We're talking words like at, I, the, man, can, in, we, my. We're talking words like that will literally take the kids, if any, 10 minutes to write. 10 words, 3 times each, 10 minutes max. 1-syllable word. I, a, the, at, Had the kids do it 1 time. You could have swore, like I said, I asked them to write neighborhood 3 times. Parents started writing back that it wasn't, that wasn't in the homework packet, and it didn't count that I had written it on there, and it just turned into the biggest mess. It turned into the biggest mess. I was leaving, very positive, informal, information for the parents, keeping them abreast of what was going on in the room. And then to always cover me, I like to send conduct folders home, and I'm very specific, your child did this, your kid did this, whatever, Had a mom actually text me back and say, well, I didn't know she was behaving like this. You as a teacher, you should have let me know, da, da, da. So all I wrote back was, it was noted in her conduct folder. Never heard back. And I went back and checked the homework folder, and it was signed. Dealing with stuff like this, and I could see if it was behavioral problems. I could see if the kids were just chaos in the room, running rampant, but it wasn't. It was over writing 1-syllable words 3 times. Well, it didn't go away. It continued. Okay. So I got called into the office saying, parents they're calling and they're complaining that you're having them do this and that. I was just like flabbergasted. I was like, what? Are you serious? You're calling me in here because parents have issue with me telling their kids to write 1-syllable words 3 times for homework. Really? I couldn't believe it. It just blew my mind. I said, okay, that's fine. I won't have the kids do it anymore. Wrote back, in class dojo, because if there was a misunderstanding with the homework, no conduct cuts were, I gave all the conduct positive points back. Nobody was nobody was given a negative point, whatever. And I thought that was going to be the end of it. I really did. I thought that was going to be the end of it. Okay, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. Still, then they got problems with, so I said, you know what, Class Dojo's not working out for me, so I'm just gonna not use it. Stop using Class Dojo. Well, they had an issue with that. Called the school about that. And Class Dojo is a tool that a teacher can use. It is not, it's recommended. It's not, we don't have to use it. It is recommended. Okay, I used it. It didn't work for me, so I got rid of it. And I thought to myself, well, if the parents want to get a hold of me, they can call me at the school, they can write a note, or they can come and see me at my conference time, before school or after school, whatever works for them. Well, Friday, I got to school. I was, getting ready for the morning, and I get somebody calls and says, there's a parent here waiting, wants to talk to you. I said, okay, no problem. So I didn't know who the parents were. They didn't tell me. I go to the office and I'm looking around for these parents because I don't know who's looking for me. There's a lady there. She's on her phone. She says, "Are you Mrs. Perez?" "Yes, I am. How can I help you?" "Well, I'd like to talk to you about it." I said, "Well, instead of having the conference here, would you like to come to the room?" She stopped me in the hall on the way to the room and said, "Well, it's just this. It was about her child going to the restroom. She was having tummy problems." "Not a problem. That's fine." Uh, so anyway, to make a long story short, I got called into the office again around 2:15. And I go in there and I'm thinking, all the way to the principal's office, I'm thinking, okay, what did I do? I know I've not done anything. I've not yelled at any kids. I haven't written anything on the computer. So did away with this, so I don't know what it could be. So I get in there and jokingly, I say, "Oh, what did I do now? What is it now?" Okay. Well, it was something. They still had parents calling because I'd gotten rid of Class Dojo, so they were pissed. So I told the principal, first of all, Class Dojo was not working for me. The parents were being abusive. I'm trying to inform them they're being abusive. You better, threatening almost. You better not give my kid this, whatever. Then the cherry on the top was the parent that I had talked to in the morning. And I said, "Well, I thought, she came in and told me that her daughter was having problems with her stomach and please let her go to the restroom." And I said, "Not a problem. I understand. I let the kids go anyway." I told the administrators, the thing that I get upset is I let the kids go eventually, but I get upset because they go to the restroom, they're gone. 10 minutes, I'm trying to teach. They're missing all of that information that I'm giving them. Then when they come back, they don't know what we're doing. They don't know what they're supposed to do. So they're missing a lot of classroom instruction. The administrators understood that. Well, the thing is that this lady, her daughter is in my room, and her daughter and her other daughter, they were in the hallway. They had cupcakes. So I saw them and I said, "Oh my gosh, she brought cupcakes today. Wow, that's wonderful." The teacher gets 2 cupcakes. I was joking. I said, cupcakes. Oh, that's wonderful. So the oldest daughter asked, "Where can we put the cupcakes, Mrs. Perez?" And I said, "Baby, just go in the room and put them on the back table. That's fine." I said, "Then y'all need to go to the cafeteria or gym or wherever y'all go." "Not a problem." Well, this mom called, that's their mother called, the one that I had talked to earlier, and said that I asked the little girl in a really ugly tone, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here?" And I looked at the assistant principal and I said, "That it didn't happen like that. I would never talk to, why would I have to talk to a child like that? What reason would I have to talk to a child like that? This is a very lovely little girl. She's quiet, no problems from her." I don't know why the mom would say that, but that is not what I said. I said this, told him what I said. Then the mom had an issue with when I came to, into the office. She said that I came into the office and I kind of just had this look on my face like I couldn't be bothered, like I couldn't be bothered. That I looked around and I was like, I couldn't be bothered. And I said, first of all, I don't even know who I was looking for. I didn't know who the parent was. I had never met her. The little girl was new to my classroom. I didn't know who I was looking for. That's why I was kind of looking around like, okay, who am I looking for? Well, she mistook that as being rude. And I said, "Look, I don't know what it is about these parents, that I rub them the wrong way. I was trying to be informative. I was trying to do this and that. I never had a problem with parents ever. In my 31 years of teaching, I never had parents complain about me, ever." And the principal said, "Yes, we know when you worked here, we never had any complaints against you, ever." I said, "And I'm doing the same thing. I'm not doing anything different. That's just it. I'm not doing anything different. Doing everything the same that I've always done for 30 plus years because it's worked for me." Well, I basically was supposed to work till the 21st. Was set to work for the 21st. And I was basically said, "Well, today's your last day." So I was let go. First time ever being let go from a job. And I was just flabbergasted. Pissed, but more flabbergasted than anything else. And I looked at the administrators and I said, for real, all this is stemming because I had the kids write one-syllable words 3 times. Acknowledge that it was my error that it wasn't on the homework packet, so I corrected that and said the kids didn't have to do it. Well, they basically told me it wasn't going to get any better. You know, it was just best that I not be there, whatever. I said that was fine. I said, whatever's, we're thinking about the kids. Trying to appease the parents. This is what this is all about. Appease the parents, okay? I feel that my administrators did not have my back. They didn't have my back. When they called, I asked the assistant principal, when they called, they had a complaint against me, did you ask them, did you talk to the teacher? When they said no, why didn't you just transfer that call to me and I would have spoken to that parent? Well, he told me that that was my job, that I needed to reach out and talk to the parent. You want me to reach out and talk to 18 parents? That's impossible. When am I supposed to do that? When? I'm not going to do it from home. I don't want these parents with my cell phone number because that would be even worse. He didn't see it that way. Okay. And this is just personal. This is just a personal opinion, but I don't think the man likes me. I don't think he's liked me from day one when I got there. That's just how I feel. That's the vibe that I get from this man. He just does not like me, which is fine. I'm not there to make friends. I'm there to be a teacher to teach. The kids are my priority. Not, does so-and-so like me? Oh, I'm so sad they don't like me. I don't care. I'm there for the kids. So I know he doesn't like me. He doesn't. So he had just a little bit of glee in his voice when he was telling me all of this crap. Because that's what it is, crap. Well, needless to say, I was upset. I was upset. I was upset because of this, because it just stemmed from nothing. And then I was upset because my administrators did not have my back. They didn't. But it's like my husband says, you're a sub now. You're not a teacher. Would it be different if you were a teacher? I said, but the thing is, they were treating me like I was the teacher of record. That's how they were treating me. They weren't treating me like a sub. They were treating me like I was the teacher, because I'd been there since day one. I was at the meet and greet the teacher. I didn't have to be there, but I offered to be there so the parents could meet me and so the kids could know who I am when they get there on the first day of school. Okay, there's one little girl, the little girl that brought the cupcakes. Her mom said that she didn't want to come to school. She was, she was just upset. She didn't want to come to school. She was crying. She didn't want to come to school. She didn't want to come to school. On the way home, they made it sound like she didn't want to come to school because of you. And I'm thinking to myself, this little girl is sweet. She's quiet. I haven't had any problems with her. What are they talking about? On the way home, I thought, you know what? This little girl's traumatized. She started the school year off with the teacher. And then they moved her from that room with the teacher with the sub. And then they moved her into my room. That's a lot of change for a child. And now they're going to get another teacher. That's a lot of change for some children. Some children cannot handle that. But yet, administration made it sound like it was me, that the reason that the child didn't want to come to school was because of me. No, it wasn't because of me. It was because of all these changes that y'all put this child through. That's what it was about. It wasn't about me. I'd only had her in my room for 3 days. Not even a week. But yet, it was me. Obviously, it has to be me if the child doesn't want to come to school. So, I worry about the kids because I don't know who they're going to put in there. I don't think the person they put in there is going to be doing half the work or more of the work that I was doing. But that's on administration. And I blame the parents because the parents are just, I don't know. But I wish the person, whoever comes after me, I wish them all the luck in the world. They're going to need it dealing with these parents. I wish administration all the luck in the world finding a sub that is going to do the work, because you and I both know, if you're educators, that you get some subs in there that they don't do shit. They don't do nothing but read newspapers and drink coffee, and they have the kids just doing busy work all day. That's it. No teaching. No teaching at all. But that's fine. That's fine. I was upset. I took it personally, and I guess I shouldn't have, but I did take it personally.